I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com, and today I want to talk about focus. Where you aim towards. I'm trying to sort of get people to stop focusing on the alcohol, and that's one of the big problems with people who are stopping drinking, is they're all the time focused on backwards on the alcohol, on quitting alcohol, on the symptoms that quitting alcohol is going to bring, focusing on other people who are drinking alcohol. If you're trying to get rid of something in your life, you can't focus your mind on that, right? If you don't want something in your life, you don't focus your mind on what you don't want, right? It just doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't do it in any other area of your life. What you focus on expands. What you put your attention on is where you're going to go. That's where your mind is going to go. That's what you're conjuring pictures up in your head. I mean, they always say, never tell somebody, don't spill the milk, don't slam the door, don't shout. You say to people instead, be careful with the milk, can you close the door quietly, or can you keep your voice down, because when you focus people's attention on what they shouldn't do, that's what they get the pictures in their mind of, right? So it's exactly the same with alcohol. If you focus your mind on the thing that you don't want in your life, on the booze, if all you're telling yourself is, I don't want to drink anymore, I don't want to drink this stuff anymore, then all you're picturing in your head is booze. All you're going to get is more of the same thing, booze. I think it was Helen Keller that said that if you focus on the sunshine, focus your attention on the sunshine, you don't see the shadow, right? Same thing here. And you know what? Turn your back on the alcohol. Turn your back towards victory. Turn your back on the alcohol and face forwards towards the goal that you want to achieve in your life, right? The target in your life, the thing that you want. And if you don't have that kind of stuff, everyone should have a goal. I think that's one of my biggest reasons that I've been successful in this thing, is because I've all the time focused on a new life ahead of me, right? I didn't know it at the time when I first stopped drinking. I hadn't got a clue what I was doing. I didn't know where I was going to be in 2 months' time, where I was going to be in 6 months' time, or a year's time, or whatever, all I knew was that I didn't want to drink anymore, and I didn't want to encourage my son. That was my biggest motivation. But what I always saw with myself was was my son coming to me and going, "Dad, I'm proud of what you've done, I'm proud that you're a non-drinker." And I think I want him to stop drinking, I want him to stop smoking, but you can't force these things on people, You're better off being a soft, gentle influencer than a bully, trying to force your own opinions on other people. You just can't do that, It's just not, it doesn't work. It's not going to work, So as soon as you stop the force and you stop the stick approach, then it doesn't work anymore. I think you just fuck up too many people by doing that kind of stuff anyway. So I'm always into the carrot approach, I think. Especially for things that I want people to do, because their lives is not about what I want them to do, it's about what they want to do. They've got the same opportunities, the same chances in life, the same choices. And I'm just sorry I influenced a lot of my son's choices when he was younger. But there's nothing I can do, but I can influence him now. And I've never tried to stop him from smoking. Not by force anyway. I've always said, I didn't think he should smoke, and always tried to talk to him about the dangers of smoking and all that kind of stuff. But when I was smoking myself, how can I do that? When I was drinking myself, how can I do that? How can I? It's just impossible. You can't influence somebody else to do something that you're not willing to do for yourself. So that's my ultimate goal. As far as Sean is concerned, is to see him not drinking, and to see him looking after himself, looking after his health, not drinking, not smoking, getting exercise, eating the right foods, and bit by bit it's influencing him. I'm having a good influence on him. I think you influence people, you sort of you show them a different way of doing things, and they might just start to think a little bit differently. And often that's all it takes, is just for somebody to start thinking a little bit differently, and then they start to see things that they wouldn't have otherwise seen. There's this part of your brain called the reticular activating system. It's part of the older parts of your brain, let's say, and it's the thing that's responsible if you. Let's say you want to go out and buy a car. You're buying a new car. Let's say you've got your heart set on buying a Volkswagen Beetle, say, right? And you all of a sudden say, this is the type of car that I want to buy. You'll start seeing this car all over the place. You've seen it before, maybe, that kind of thing. Or if you've just bought a car and you buy a particular brand of car, you'll start seeing that same brand all over the place. That's the basic things that this part of your brain does, right? And it's also responsible for this when you spark something in somebody else's mind, and then they start to open themselves up to evidence of that thing that you're trying to influence them to, if you know what I mean. Hopefully that's understandable. But so really, you can't focus your mind on something that you don't know about. If all you know is alcohol, then that's what you're going to focus on. But that's what I'm here to do, is to try and focus your mind away from it and to focus it on something else. If you don't quit today, then maybe you'll quit tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. But like I say, there is no time like the present. If the more you put this kind of thing off, the more power you give to it in the future, because you're never going to get stronger in the future. That is just not the way things work. Strength comes from action in the moment, not tomorrow. Because action tomorrow is just wishy-washy. It's just nothing. It's fuck all. It doesn't. There is no action tomorrow. There's only action now. You can only stop drinking now. You can only do this now. And like I said in a previous video, if you don't stop of your own volition, then somebody else is going to influence your decision to stop. It's going to be out of your hands almost. Somebody else will say, well, sorry to tell you this, but you've got a problem. That was my worst nightmare, going to a doctor and him going, sorry to tell you this, son, but you've drunk too much, your liver is fucked. I had a doctor who would have said that to me as well. In no uncertain terms, he'd have told me, this is what's wrong with your liver, it's fucked, and if you don't stop doing this now, this is what's going to happen to you. Or, worst case scenario, they turn around to you and go, yeah, there's fuck all you can do about it. And that's a sad thing, when you have the opportunity now, you have the chance, you have the choice to do it, and The choice is always yours. The decision is always yours. The choice of what you're going to focus your mind on is always yours. When you're focusing on good things in your life, on the positive things in life, you know, when you're focusing away from alcohol and into your future and on the goals that you want to achieve in your life, and leave alcohol behind you, you know, drop it like a ton of red hot bricks, right? Oh, I have to tell you this one. There was a guy, an American Marine, who has just he's finished his first year. He just got through his first year. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants me to or not, but really nice guy, and I've been talking to him for, you know, through email and whatnot for a while now, you know. This is my turn to walk back, so I'm going to start walking back the other way. Yeah. So anyway, this guy just passed his first year, and he sent me a video from a wild Atlantic beach, and he was there with his coat on, and he had a hoodie on, and he had a Superman hat on him, you know, and he had a backpack with a cape on it, and I thought it was so cool. And he explained to me why, you know. Big army guy, and he had a dog. His dog is is it a Shih Tzu? Sorry, am I getting this wrong? I think it's a Shih Tzu anyway, but he said it was a pit bull in disguise anyway. Yeah, but he explained to the Superman thing with me, and he said, I'm wearing the Superman hat and I'm wearing the cape on my backpack because it's a year today since I dropped my kryptonite. And I thought, what a fucking great way of looking at alcohol. It was just such a brilliant analogy. Just, that's the thing that stops us all from being the people who we want to be, is the alcohol. Pick it up when we're kids and we don't realise what the fuck it is, you know. And it's our kryptonite, you know. It's the thing that stops us from being Superman, you know. So yeah, big shout out to, you know who you are. Just a great story, I thought, anyway. But look, what you focus on is what you get. This guy, this American army man, military guy, he told me a lot of stories of all the things that he has achieved because he quit drinking, right? And you know, he quit drinking in surroundings which, you know, I know army guys, right? I've met a lot of army guys in my time, Americans, English army guys, Irish, and squaddies, as they're known in England. They're fucking, you know, these are heavy drinking people, and they believe they have a code of being men. And for you to stand up and you say, I'm not drinking anymore, you know, that takes balls, right? It takes guts, and it takes real focus, you know, on looking away from where you are and pointing yourself doggedly towards the thing that you want to be. And that's what this video is about, is focus on what you want to be. Forget about the kryptonite, you know, forget about the shit. Forget about the thing that's holding you back, the elastic band that's pulling you back to your old life. Your old life is gone. It makes no difference. Your old life is history. You get to change yourself at every moment. Every step forward you take in your life is a chance, an opportunity to change direction, you know. Every step forward you take is that. So I just wanted to say that today. That's the whole crux of this video, is just to focus your mind on the future, away from the past. You know, do all the thinking that you can about your future. The more you look at the sunshine, the less you see the shadows. That's what you should if that's the message I can deliver today, then my job is done. So if you got any comments, love to hear your comments. Any questions at all? You got any concerns about the videos? Any concerns that you want to share with everyone else about alcohol, focus, whatever? Come on over to the website and sign up for the newsletter. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you got anything out of this video, then I'd love to. It just helps all around. It helps to push us up in the rankings of Google, basically, so the more thumbs up I can get, the better. So until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Have a great day, onwards and upwards.